Oh, and we're live? Are we? Turn the song off. All right. Okay, now we're live. For sure we're live. All right. Let's load up. We'll give it a second. At least we'll load up. Where are we? Alright, let's just give it one more second and then we'll get going. Scroll. Lots of information here. Yep, let's do it. And... okay, so today we're going to finish the investigation. And hopefully we'll get into the trial. Hopefully. Okay, so alright, I think we're gonna talk to everybody, try to get a refresh on what happened here. Certainly did not expect, but where has Kyoka been hiding this time? Perhaps she really is working for the mastermind. What else would explain her questionable behavior? You are quite protective of her, yes? That's because she helped me out so much up until now. If I were the mastermind, that's exactly what I would do to earn your trust. Byakuya, It's looking more and more like it really was a setup. Yep. She looks like she's lost in thought. I don't think she's in the mood to talk. I better leave her alone.
What the heck?
There's no talking your way out of this one. You did it, everybody knows it. Hiro has no idea what happened. If you don't tell me what's going on, how am I supposed to understand? That someone's been killed, right? Who was it? Oh, two people were killed. Taka and Hifumi. What? Two people?
Just the worst.
Why are you freaking out? You did it. I did not. Wait, hold on. If those two are the ones that were killed, that's it. I know who did it.
So then.
You may as well tell us then. Taka and Hifumi were fighting over alter ego, right? Which means alter ego and or Chihiro must have done it.
Correct.
I see. That's unfortunate.
Please.
Huh? Unfortunate.
What the heck?
Stop trying to trick us. Just admit you did it, okay? I'm telling you, you got it all wrong. Oh, I know. That note. Note. Last night someone slipped a weird note under my door. And here's what it said. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet at the rec room at 1 a.m. But the last thing I remember is going to the rec room, and then for some reason, I fell asleep.
Hey.
The real killer probably drugged me or something.
Just the worst.
Not a chance.
So.
Oh, hold on, he could be onto something. The nurse's office did have chemicals that could do that.
Huh?
What? Really? I told you, someone's trying to set me up. Secret passage, a chance to escape, someone wrote all that to trick me. Secret passage. Yep, I'm thinking Celeste. Even if that's true, you must be one dumb fish to bite every piece of bait that floats in front of you. Well, after being trapped here so long, even if you know it's a lie, you still gotta check, right? They preyed on my desire to get out of here. They deceived me. I still don't buy it.
Don't be mean.
Well, you should buy it.
Just a second.
Okay then, show us that note. With pleasure. I have it right here in my, pocket.
No way.
Looks like I lost it. Yeah, yep.
Please.
Please, you gotta believe me, I wouldn't hurt a fly. As I said below, before, if you want us to believe you, you must produce evidence. Can you show us the note? I have no particular issue with what you claim, but if you want us to believe you, give us a reason. What the heck, we're serious. Yasuhira's account has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Now then, shall we resume our investigation? There's no time to waste before the class trial begins. Why do we need to keep investigating? We already know who did it.
What the heck?
Why? Why did you kill them? Tell us, Hiro. No, it's like I said.
Just the worst.
Was it really to get money Monokuma offered us? Yeah, that must be it. You must be totally broke, and that's why. Wait, that's a false accusation. Someone help me.
What are you saying?
Just be thankful we haven't bound and gagged you. You have time to yell and carry on. You have time to search for your evidence, right? You're right. I need to look for the second suit. And that note. Pete, don't film it now. Guess I'd better get back to guard duty. I was gonna ask Toko or Genocide Jack to switch with me. Or if she and Sakura got into a fight, we have the catastrophe on our hands. Well, bye. One by one, everyone peeled away.
Makoto.
Makoto, do you have a second? I want you to help me with the investigation.
It would seem.
It looks like I got a late start on this one, so I need to make up some ground. Sure, I don't mind helping, but can you promise me something? Later, when we have time, will you tell me why you disappeared?
Why is that?
No. You rejected me so simply.
Anyway.
Anyway, I need your help. You don't mind, do you?
Shall
Okay,
we go?
thanks. Now, shall we? Alright. 2 seconds,
Hey.
guys. 1 second. We'll be right back to the screen in just 1 second. Where is my... So, Makoto. First, I'd like to examine the corpses. Examine the corpses? I can't believe I'm hearing that from a girl the same age as me.
Correct.
Dead bodies don't lie, you know. They tell the truth far more easily than the living.
Hey.
Wouldn't you agree? How am I supposed to answer that?
Anyway.
We have to hurry before the class trial begins again. Yeah, you're right. Okay, then. Show me where the bodies are. They're in the repository. Then I guess we should head that way for now. Let's go, Repo. This is the... this is not it. This is the pool. We have to go upstairs, don't we? Physics lab. Rec room. Let's go to the rec room. Rec room should be right here. Time's running out. I have to hurry to the repository. Oh, my bad. Repository, not rec room. That's in here. There's a secret passage, I guarantee you. Nurse's office to the art room. Alright, and here we are. Rec room. Fumi and Taka. For a moment, Kyoko seems to go rigid. But only for a moment.
So
Well then, let's get started. She crouched down next to Taka without hesitation, began poking and prodding the bodies.
I knew it.
The Monokuma file was right. They were killed using similar weapons. Similar weapons. They're not saying it was a hammer, or they're not saying it was a mallet. They're specifically saying weapon. Her movements were so smooth. She was calm. Seeing how uncomfortable she was actually made me feel a little more comfortable. Alright. I guess we could just... Alright, let's look at... Taka was killed by a blow to the head. That's what we're assuming. He must have been struck with Justice Hammer 4, which was laying on the floor in the equipment room. Then there's a tarp laid out under his body. The killer must have used it to move his body. That way, it wouldn't make any blood stains as if it were moved. The biggest problem I have right now is how the killer was able to move Hifumi's massive corpse from the nurse's office where he was discovered to here, the repository. All the way from the first floor to the third, and all without anyone noticing. I just can't see how that's possible. Further, it seems Hifumi died from a blow to the head. He was most likely killed using Justice Hammer 3, which we found in the nurse's office. But when we found his body in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered in blood. And now they're spotless. Does that mean someone wiped his glasses clean? But who would do that, and why? Because he was still conscious when... Yep, they use this trolley for sure. Bloodstain. It's washed. Okay. What do you get to say?
So,
I don't need a refresh.
So then.
No, not right now.
I see.
Alright. What do we got? What you got?
Hey. Whew.
Do you dislike other people that much? No, that's not it. Anyway, so you said he had a watch.
So then.
Take a look. It's broken. You could see the hands aren't moving, right? It's most likely broke when he had his encounter with his assailant. And if you notice the hands are frozen at just past 6 o'clock,
That's right.
oh yeah, look at that. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know that? Bedtime for all the little boys and girls.
In other words,
So if it worked at 10 last night, it couldn't have been broken at 6 p.m. Meaning it must have happened at 6 a.m. this morning. Broken wristwatch has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
however,
And that's not at all. Look at Taka's left hand. It appears to be gripping something. You're right, there's something white in there.
Makoto,
Can you try to pry it out? It's a node, isn't it?
because
Rigor mortis has already set in. Boys are better suited to this kind of manual labor, right? Much as I didn't want to, I grasped Taka's cold hand. The ice-cold hand was nearly enough to cause my heart to stop beating. After some effort, I finally able to free the object from his tightly clenched wrist.
hey,
Is that all he had in his hand? Yep, that's it. Just a little scrap of paper. Doesn't seem like much of a clue, does it?
is that
I wonder about that. Yoka then turned to Hifuma's body.
so then?
Let's check Hifuma's body now. Perhaps he's left us a few clues of his own. Kyoto's scrap of paper has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Kiyotaka. The biggest problem I have right now is how the killer was able to... Yeah. You read this part.
Indeed.
A lot of
That's right.
paper. Hifumi had it,
Indeed.
and
Why is that?
I don't know what that means.
Hey,
Anyway, let's take a look at paper. Go ahead, Makoto, open it up. When I think of how it's stuffed down his pants, it's like this better be important for me, or I'll never forgive you for this. Oh wow, he got the same note. Found a hole. Maybe we can use to escape. Same handwriting that was on the blueprint. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m.
so
That sounds very familiar. That's it. It's the same thing Hiro said. Then he was telling us the truth.
however,
Although it's not exactly the same, is it? Last night someone slipped a weird note under my door. Here's what it said. I found a hole maybe we could use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet at the rec room at 1 a.m.
Is that right?
Just because Hifumi had the note doesn't mean it was meant for him. Huh?
So...
Part of it has been torn off, right? I think there's likely some meaning there. There's some meaning to the part of being ripped. Could you maybe explain it more? Think carefully.
Hey.
Why would he have been clutching that scrap of paper so tightly? I have no idea.
So then...
What if it wasn't just a scrap of paper when he was holding it? What if it was something more important? How would someone important like that become a mere scrap of paper? That's what you need to answer. The note Hifumi hadn't been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
Hey.
And while we're at it, I should be able to tell you one other thing. The two victims this time definitely had their e-handbooks on them. So the handbooks have nothing to do with how the murders were carried out. Not that there was any reason to think they were connected to the killings in the first place. So you're saying I don't have to think about the handbooks this time, right?
Is that right?
If you don't have to think about them at all, I wouldn't have gone out of my way to mention it. All I said was there weren't used to help carry out the murders. There may have come a point, however, when a handbook may have played a role. A handbook may have played a role. I don't think I understand. Girls' room, when Hifumi and Hina went into the girls' room? Maybe? But Kyoka thinks it's important. I better keep it in mind. E-handbook, ding dong. Oh boy, here it comes. Who's ready?
Are you excited? Are you pumped? It's time for the class trial to begin! Like the bright burst of fireworks, like the flash of a soul clashing with life and death. And so, with no further ado, everyone please meet at the usual spot. Make your way to the red door on the first floor.
See you soon. Yeah, I'll see
It
you.
would seem...
It's unfortunate, but I suppose this is where our investigation comes to an end. You'll have to figure out the rest for yourself, come to the proper conclusion. Yeah, you're right.
Shall we go?
Well, better get going. Alright, who's ready? Red door. Shining style. I forgot to save, but whatever. We'll save here. Whoa. Hello, hello, hello. He's multiplied. No, not multiplication, just look at the way because of an illusion. I'm moving so fast that it only looks like I'm multiplied. Can you guys tell which one is the real Monokuma? We just get in the elevator already. You're not playing along. Which is the real Monokuma? I guess they're both the real Monokuma. We're not here to play with you. Fine. And if everybody's here and ready to go, please board the pain train. Elevator. See you guys down there.
Let's go.
Okay then, shall we?
Please.
Hold on, I'm not mentally prepared yet.
What the heck?
You'll never be mentally prepared. You can't run away anymore, hero. You're gonna pay for your sins.
What the heck?
I told you already. I didn't do it. You're serious. That reminds me, did you ever find the other costume or the note? No, well. Unfortunate, it would seem we have our culprit. Unfortunate. Oh.
Hey.
This isn't the place to talk about it. Save your accusation for when we get in the courtroom.
That's right.
He's right, let's get down there first, and then the story can really begin. Yeah, good idea. I have to do it. I can't let whoever killed Hifumi and Taka get away with it. For everyone who's still alive, and for the two that lost their lives. Alright. The ones that killed Hifumi and Taka, the one who killed two of our friends. The killer is... someone right here. Alright. Let's give everybody a quick chat. I don't like Monokuma's carefree attitude.
Just the worst.
Let's hurry up and go so we can make Hiro pay for his crimes. Were you listening? Wait till we get to the courtroom to begin your arguing. It would appear the culprit has been confirmed. The trial will be over in no time.
Hey.
Story begins where we get down there. It wasn't me, you gotta believe me.
Yes.
Come on, Big Mac, let's go do it. I love that she calls him Big Mac, that's great. Let me save. Let's not save. Let's just go. I took one last deep breath and exhaled slowly. I began to walk towards the elevator. Once everyone was aboard. The doors closed on their own. Alright. The clunkiness of the elevator kept us company as we fell further and further down. Okay. There was no going back. Until we all settled all this, we couldn't go anywhere. I'm not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to a stop. The elevator door slid open, opening up onto a cruel fate. When I see all you gather here together like this, I realize just how few of you there are left. Your school life is slowly reaching its climax. Only because of you. Why? Why are you making us do such cruel things to each other? You really hate me so much? I'm so cute.
Come on.
Love goofing around, begin the trial. Don't rush me. Of course I'm going to start it. I would never be like, stay tuned for the action-packed class trial after this commercial break. Okay, I'd never hold out on you like that. Okay, let's begin. Get to your assigned seats. And so, the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. Yeah, let's save. Let's go. Let's see what we got. Truth violence. Victim of File 3. Victims were Hifumi Yamada and Kiyotaka Ishimura. Cause of death was for each was a blow to the head. Okay, they confirmed blow to the head. It is thought they were both killed with a similar weapon. Okay, food tarp. Tarp, yep. But Dolly. Daga. Hifumi's glasses, that's a weird one. But I think it's because he was still conscious. Okay, I'll tell you later. Hammers of all shapes and sizes. One of them was wet and had been washed. Repository door. Yes, equipment, ruined bloodstain. I didn't find any trap door though. I was really... Ruma's body disappeared when Celeste and Ao left the nurse's room to use the bathroom. Apparently they were gone for more than a minute or two. Yasuhiro, meet me in the dining hall. Robo Justice blueprints. Robo Justice costume. On the hole, yep. Broken wristwatch. Confirmed. Kiyotaka scrap of paper. Note Hifumi had. E-handbook. Alright, I think that's it, guys. Let's do it. Let's... Alright. Set of skills. Okay. I have 3. That is your aim. Melodious voice costs 3. I have 3. Allows you to reload 2 bullets at once. Let's do Lost in Thought. Increase the time limit for each phase. Effective during the class trial. How about this? Steadies your aim. Effective during the non-stop debate and Hangman's Gambit. Steadies your aim. Yeah, let's do this. Alright. Wait, I gotta add more here, huh? Did not know that. Cost 2. Alright, let's go. Finish preparations. Last trial.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, to begin with...
We already know who did it.
Yikes.
Was that?
Huh.
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit. Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
I didn't! Someone knocked me out! I was asleep the whole time! I don't know anything about it!
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Who are you calling a murderer?
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence.
Yeah. We do.
Blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it. And all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling. It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know, I don't know, I don't know!
Is Hiro really the killer, or is there anything else we have to make that clear? Alright, what do we got? Yashihiro's message. This was what? That he got a letter, right?
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
Oh.
I don't know anything about that stuff! It's not true, it's a conspiracy!
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
No! Just hold on a second!
What? One more time. I mean, looking at the blueprints, the handwriting is awfully messy. If I remember right, Hiro's handwriting is... Yeah.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough
Wait.
that you are the culprit.
Yeah, I missed it. Shoot.
I don't know anything about that stuff! It's not true, it's a conspiracy!
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
No! Just hold on a second!
Alright, it's the blueprints. Hiro's handwriting is pretty nice, right?
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints,
There we go.
the suit parts, they are...
No, that's wrong.
Yeah. Yeah,
Are we sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
we are not.
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Accurate.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Right.
Come on! I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
He's right.
So Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
And he's not the only one. I think Hiro's innocent as well.
Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit? Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
And of course, passes it off to me.
So, who was in the Robo-Justice suit?
No, it's definitely a tall guy. Hiro, the Illuminati, or Hina. Not Hina.
I got it! Other than Hiro, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit, and we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
What is with you, bro?
That doesn't make any sense! You just said Hiro didn't do it!
It makes perfect sense. Hiro was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
What? Now that's a bold assumption!
And what
It is.
reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes.
Of course. But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
What's up, man?
Hey, stop trying to boss us around!
All things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
we must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body. It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items.
Taka was moved using the tarp.
Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
Things were used to move Taka's body. It must have been the blue tarp. Taka, and then Hifumi was blue tarp.
I got it!
So one more thing. Things were used to move Taka. Must have been blue tarp and the repository dolly.
I got it! They were a dolly and a tarp, right?
Right. What's with the attitude?
So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room, and then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that, up until then, was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there, and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there. But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body. Am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
There is no shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway.
Wow.
We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand
Whoa.
what's going on around you.
Wow, I've never heard someone sound so nice while being so mean. But maybe I could change your mind. There was blood on the wheel. I could just explain to them why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository. A new element has been added to the bullet time battles. Would you like to hear more? Let's talk about reloading. Starting with this next bullet time battle, we're going to add one more ingredient to the recipe. On the bottom of the screen, underneath the tempo marker, you'll see your ammo count. Up until now, there hasn't been any limit to how you destroy your opponent's statements. But from now on, just locking on and pressing the left mouse button won't be enough to handle him. Now it'll cost you 1 bullet to destroy a single remark. Once you run out of bullets, you can't destroy any more statements, no matter how locked on you are. However, you can reload by pressing the tab key. Just like locking on, you'll have to press the tab key in time with the tempo marker. Basically, just remember the tab key has a function along with the right mouse button and the left mouse button. You'll automatically reload at the start of fever time, and your ammo will not decrease. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, you won't have to reload at all, in which case you can ignore everything I just said. Well then, good luck, have fun. Oh man, I'm bad at this.
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. You miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. I cannot agree.
This should prove it.
Oh, what was that? I have no idea what to do in that section. It's crazy.
If you're asking for proof that the dolly moved, I have it right here. When I found the dolly in the
There it is.
repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it. There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room. And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Jeez, Celeste really hate me? Does Celeste really hate me that much?
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's...
Yeah, the subject of how Robo Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't
Yeah,
possibly
you
be...
couldn't really move in there.
If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
If I look at how the body was moved, it'll be clear why the person in the suit couldn't have done it. What do you mean by that? Do. Robo Justice costume. Could be anything that has to do with mobility.
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room.
Right?
And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Right?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off.
Yeah, that could be one.
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is
Aha.
bend over.
No, that's wrong. You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low.
Right?
But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
No. And besides, it was like locked from behind.
What do you mean?
She did get in the
Think
suit.
back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember?
Right? I'm blind as a bat in here, can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing. Telling you, it wasn't me. And not to mention, totally can't bend it the way. It seems like a pretty obvious oversight. There.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist.
Right?
Am I right about that?
Now
Right?
that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
God.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Right?
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
There's absolutely no chance the costume was taken off just to move the body, because you can't take it off by yourself. Once it's on, you can never take it off. You can't take it off by
I
yourself.
got it!
Yep.
I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember,
I don't know what's up with that thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help? Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself? Good question. I didn't make this stupid friggin' thing. There's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. Looks pretty sturdy. I don't know if you can get it off on your own. We don't really have a choice. Let's help him.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hiro wasn't just making it up?
Nope.
Of course I wasn't making it up.
If he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah, that's right.
So, it's really, really true that Robo Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be
Right.
clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hiro in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took? You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo Justice? If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that? Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
Yeah, he did make a... Did you get hurt? The guy hit me. Guy, Robo Justice. That's why I decided to call him just now.
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question.
Yeah.
The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hiro, without a doubt.
Yep.
Yeah, that's gotta be right.
Hold on a second.
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it.
Yeah.
Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility? Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
What a pain in the ass!
It's
I
not.
don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Right.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
Right.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Right.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room, and
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
that was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo Justice. It also soon became clear that this same Robo Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office,
Something's moving around at the top of the stairs.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the second floor. And soon after that,
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
Ross, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him in strange costume mode. He ran off as soon as I screamed. He was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
and then,
What was that? I came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
at that point, we decided to divide up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, and that's when we heard the body discovery announcement. I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor to let the others know what had happened.
meanwhile, We had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time, because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the three of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising.
Fumi's body has disappeared.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd... But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time...
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository.
Right.
Which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
Right.
I think that about covers it.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated. It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected
Guys, I need
events.
1 second. Yeah? BRB screen. Alright. Sorry about that. Now we're back. Let's see what's going on. Certainly seems to me these are not a simple series.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them.
Okay.
Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
Contradictions hidden in what happened to Taka. In order to uncover the truth of this case, I have to find them no matter what. Monokuma file number 3.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi.
He
Or
did,
perhaps
dude.
it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in.
Yeah, what happened here?
Taka came last.
No, he didn't.
What makes you say that?
Yes, he did. No.
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer
Doesn't
4.
necessarily mean they used that order.
So it's obvious Taka came after.
That was a clever bit of misdirection. The Justice Hammers were numbered, but were they really used in that order?
So, regarding
No,
Taka's
it says they were
death,
used by the similar weapon,
I
right?
wonder if he died before Hifumi. Or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in.
Makes me think something weird is going on.
So, regarding Taka's death,
I messed that
I
up.
wonder if he died before Hifumi. Or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in.
No, the numbering of the hammers.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed
Wait,
with Justice
what?
Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
No. Shoot. Hmm.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi. Or perhaps
No.
it was
Oops.
after?
I pressed it by accident.
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi
Ah,
was killed
I missed
with
again.
Justice Hammer 3, while
Shoot,
Taka's
missed
death
again.
came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
Let's try this one more time.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi. Or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
Wait, I'm messing something up, man. Select.
What makes you say that?
Oops.
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Why is it not working? Wait, what am I doing wrong here? What am I doing wrong?
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi.
I'm missing
Or
something.
perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were
Got that
killed
one
in.
wrong.
Taka came last.
Okay.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice
Got that wrong.
Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
Huh.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi.
What are you
Or
doing?
perhaps it was after?
There's only 2 options.
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last
What makes you say that?
because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
What?
Shoot!
What am I missing here? What am I missing here? Oh, that's how the controls work, right?
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi. Or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last
What makes you say that?
because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed
Wait,
with
how
Justice
do I-
Hammer 3, while Taka's...
How do I influence, focus, concentration? I need to do the... Oh. Okay. I have to hold down the button.
See? So it's obvious Taka came
I still have
after.
time. It should be fine.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi. Or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last
What makes you say that?
because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
There we go.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3. While Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
This is...
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi.
This was a little
or perhaps
dicey.
it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
Okay, that makes sense, because the numbering and the order don't necessarily have to be... Makes sense.
Hold on. There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers. If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
Accurate?
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi? Okay then.
Yeah.
Let's see the proof.
Well, if... What is the... Oh, sure. Oh, yeah. Okay. Time. Wrist watch. Come on, come on. Need one more here. There we go.
Now I understand.
There we go.
I've got it. Taka's wristwatch. See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer. Because as of last night...
Hey you, how long are you gonna keep us waiting? Taka's irritated voice pierced the air as he stared pointedly at his wristwatch. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know that? Bedtime for all the little boys and girls, yep.
So if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
Yeah.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around...
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That's simple. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
Yep.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size.
Uh-huh.
That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Right.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window.
Oh yeah, sure.
Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
Right. Right.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder.
Mm-hmm.
But all about...
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
Yeah. What was that? Came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. It's bad. Come on, we have to go back.
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Except for Hiro and Kyoko.
Hiro.
Then we all ran down to the nurse's office, and that's where we found his body.
Hmm.
That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on!
If that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
Don't just go making stuff up.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream.
Right.
Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct? And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then!
Wow.
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body. Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Right.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing. And according to what Celeste said,
It could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though. So then, the killer was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in that short amount of time. It would seem so.
his body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
Oh man, yeah! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
What? How?
Here we go.
If the dead body were to move itself.
Yep. Yep.
The dead body moved on its own?
No, no.
No! Not another... ghost!
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I
That
think what
Hifumi
she's
wasn't dead
implying is
at all.
We thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
He was alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office,
Yeah.
but simply walked out on his own?
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
Accomplice to Celeste?
It isn't possible.
The idea that Hifumi was still alive. Is it really possible? He did wipe his glasses. Discovery. Broken wristwatch would indicate time of death.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No.
It is impossible.
Broken
Hifumi was
wristwatch.
dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us.
Yeah, that's true.
Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that?
Ah.
Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Oh, I guess not. Oh.
Shoot!
That was good, right? Let's try that. Oh no. Nobody believes me. No one. Uh-oh, have we opened it? Oh cool, there's a game over screen. Oh no. Oh. The other never mind.
Is this real?
What do you say? Give it another shot? Yeah.
I refuse to give up yet.
Yeah. Let's not give up. Yeah. That was close, man. That was close.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that?
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
That's also possible. Let's try this again.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi
Nope,
in the
sorry.
nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No.
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you
Let's try
saying
this
that
again.
when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Huh.
No, it's wrong.
Guess not. That was seriously a guess. Okay.
Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Good question.
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of all, if 2 bodies had been found, there really should have been 2 announcements.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
Actually, that was plenty. Huh? He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time, which means even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Huh? Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
Right. Second body discovery announcement. First time I played was when we found each body in the nurse's office, and then the equipment room. The second time was when both bodies were rediscovered, just after Hifumi came to life, when Toko was found unconscious. When both bodies... I'm trying to remember. No, we didn't hear anything after that. No, we didn't find anything after that either.
I got it!
Yeah.
We heard it a second time in the repository, when we rediscovered the 2 bodies.
Alright. Yep, and after a certain amount of time.
It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
But in reality, when the 2 dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
Oh.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet. Meaning, he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
There it is. Yep.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
That would be the eyeglass cleaner.
Oh, I know! Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
Nope.
That is the worst logic I have ever heard. But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body. Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing is pointless.
There has to be proof that shows Hifumi was still alive. I have to find it and show it to everybody. Yeah, it's the glasses thing. Okay, guess not. There it is. Yeah, I knew it. Dun, dun.
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office. And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
Oh, there was though, wasn't there? Objection!
No, that's wrong. In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository. His glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But when we found him again later in the repository,
That's right.
they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can.
There it is. It was... That's his cleaning cloth.
A gun! It was a glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses.
That's right.
And the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right?
It is.
And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
The character was Princess Piggles from Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
Yep.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying is... What exactly?
What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
That's a good point.
And it must have been him, right?
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
But then, if he was just pretending to be dead,
Who benefits from that?
what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
Or it was a blood bag
The
from...
fridge in the nurse's office
There we go.
contains packs of blood for emergencies.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out. So he just
Dumped it. Yeah, that's what I figured. Very good.
But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done. God, what an idiot!
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
Oh. Taka himself, Sakura, or Hifumi? Gotta be Hifumi, correct?
A gun! It could only have been Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked? Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside, which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was...
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, He dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
But that means he took part in the murders.
Hifumi, you friggin'...
I just can't believe it.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
Yes.
There's more?
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed. You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
What did he take? Oh, was it the Kiyotaka's scrap of paper? What did he take off of his? Oh, right. So, huh? All right.
I got it! You're talking about
Because he
the note
ripped it, right?
Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
What? In his pants?
Yes, his pants.
Okay, well, forget about the pants. Take a look at what the note says.
Found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet at the equipment room at 6 a.m.
That's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go.
Right?
Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
Right?
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's not the same?
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro. And that person could only have been...
Ooh. The Taka?
I got it!
Taka?
That's right! Taka!
Mm-hmm.
The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection!
Oh boy.
I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right?
Right.
So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy!
Right.
Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right?
Ugh, yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
Man, Genocide Jack is seriously scary, but still. Can't let her get to me. Broken wristwatch with Fumi's glasses and glasses cleaning cloth. Alright, so what do we got?
Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
Right.
The time doesn't matter!
Yes, it does.
The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
Yes, it does, doesn't it? Yes, it does, doesn't it? There we go. Broken wristwatch. I knew that would come back. I knew that would come back.
No, there absolutely is a connection.
Is.
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. We've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note.
Right.
I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that...
No further objections!
Oh my gosh.
Someone used that note to trick Taka. Just the same as me. The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they found a way out.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it?
He ripped it out of his hands. What do you mean?
Down his pants, no less!
Most likely, Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
Huh? He stole it?
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
Yep, because the other half was still torn in his hand. Yep. Kiyotaka's scrap of paper.
I got
There
it!
it is.
When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper. If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is...
Yep.
I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yup, they're from the same piece of paper.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note.
Right.
There's only one way to explain it.
Hifumi tore it out of his hands.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip, leaving behind only one small scrap.
Yeah.
Did I get all that right?
Yeah. Sounds like,
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
right?
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa. Yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure. In fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still alive.
Sorry, no.
No, no.
When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead.
Yep.
The second body discovery announcement proves that.
Yeah. Second.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
He was killed in the repository. So he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Yeah.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together.
Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus!
Jeez.
Who are you calling a walrus?
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right? So if Hifumi was killed in the repository, the
Right.
culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi,
Wash it.
then put the hammer back where they found it. But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally, I haven't a clue.
So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Then,
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
Weapon that was actually used to kill Hifumi. The whole picture surrounding the case won't become clear until we figure that out. Somehow, I have to find the truth. Yeah, there. We already know which one. It was the spotless hammer.
What was used to kill Hifumi?
Yeah, I thought we figured this
Was
out.
it Justice Hammer 3?
No.
Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance! Check
No.
out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info!
Well, one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers.
No.
And, that's about it.
Yeah, I think that was it right there. Let's try that again. Okay, let's do this again.
What was used to kill Hifumi? Was it Justice
This case
Hammer
is
3?
like tough. Much more tough than I thought it would be.
Hammer 4?
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
No
Sounds
witnesses.
like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance! Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info!
Well, one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice
No.
Hammers.
It was the spotless hammer.
And
No, that's wrong. The murder weapon wasn't a Justice Hammer at all.
There it is.
No, it was something completely different.
but seriously? A different weapon?
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Yep.
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder.
Yep.
If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off.
Lights went off, didn't they?
I'd also
Yep.
like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
Whoever did that was the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with.
Yep.
And the one who betrayed him.
Definitely Celeste.
Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him. The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder. So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
We did talk about how there wouldn't be any reason for anyone to work together. At least that's what I thought at first, but... Spotless hammer again? No, I don't think so.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right?
Oh, if there's two
In
murders.
this case, however, there were two murders.
Huh.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder,
Yeah, but Hifumi was one of those
only the one
murders.
who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Oh, I think I had it backwards.
Shoot!
Yeah, I had it backwards.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Alright. 2 murders, and then I'm gonna put possible.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us,
Sorry, this is probably not very
even if
interesting to
more
watch.
than one person is complicit in the murder,
This is like the 4th time I'm playing
only
this
the
game.
one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive.
Right.
Assuming the rule holds true.
There we go.
No, it's wrong. Since there were two murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering.
Alright.
Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward.
Great.
Benefit?
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in the scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders.
Hifumi
Instead,
killed Taka,
each
huh?
person killed someone, creating two separate incidents. And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
Yeah.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And
Yeah.
then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful. How could anyone be so cruel?
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning.
The effort made to convince us the 2 murders were the same. That was the main characteristic this time. Kayoko was to notice the fact from the very beginning, which is why she said not to look at this as a series of connected events, but entirely separate incidents. Kayoko is really amazing, although, when you think about it, she's almost too amazing. Like, it's almost unnatural how good she is at this.
I understand how an accomplice could be involved. But then, who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's problem numero uno right now.
Yeah, it's probably Celeste. The true killer that manipulated Hifumi, and in the end murdered him. In the debates up till now, the way the case has unfolded, when you consider all that, there's really only one person that seems fit. Select someone. Nope. 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 It's definitely Celeste.
Here's my answer. It was Celeste.
Ah, so I'm the suspicious individual now, am I? I really do hate this kind of joke.
A joke? I wonder.
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi. The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him that I would go within 10 feet of that shit from brains, that lazy, worthless, goddamn idiot! Pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Is that so?
No, what's
It
that?
is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you.
Yeah.
Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
Ooh. What is it that only Hifumi and Celeste had in common? Paper in Hifumi's pants, encountering the suspicious individual, or the screaming? Yeah, encountering.
I got it!
Yeah,
The
there it is.
behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Yep.
Shush. The adults are talking now.
Hey, come on, man.
Sorry.
What?
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual. If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
I saw a shadow. Someone's moving around at the top of the stairs.
We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen.
Yeah.
Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
Yep.
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. Yeah, she was acting uncharacteristic. I saw him. The strange costume man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
Yeah. Huh? What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been. Hifumi, he's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
It was to get us to divide into two groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
Why don't we split up into two groups? I'll lead the hunting party. This seems much more interesting. Very well, then Makoto and Hina, you come with me to the nurse's office. I'll leave the capture of the suspicious individual to Toka, Byakuya, and Sakura.
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events
Yep.
suddenly become connected.
Yup.
And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on. That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we're on the third floor, everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead,
Certainly was not expecting this. I did not imagine that Hifumi would be murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered.
Right?
You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
I don't believe it. Everything. The whole thing was one big act.
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kind of sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait! Then that was...
When
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak
into
out
the
of the
nap.
nurse's office.
Yeah, man.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What was it?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
They must have really been enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. We're all gonna die here. We're all gonna die here just like those guys died. Oh.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about it.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed. So Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste and the four. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead. Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't really...
Yeah, but she could be referring to, like, the other people, too. Whatever.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you should...
Ayaka said Celeste's comment doesn't make sense, but what is he alluding to? She knew that... Monokuma File 3? I don't think so.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it? What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
No. Okay. Well, she said that she should only have known about Hifumi's death. Keep that in mind. What's so? Oh, right. She said those guys. Okay, so that was strange.
They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys.
Yeah, she shouldn't have known about the second death, which is what's strange.
That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said,
There we go.
just like those guys died. When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Imaginations?
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took? How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
It has to be some kind of setup, right?
Yeah.
So let's put the suit on, and then she used the camera's timer to set up the picture.
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit. Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away. If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
What could you possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
No, there is no other explanation.
Other explanations? It wasn't a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. The only possibility Hifumi was dragging the suspect away. Hifumi and the suspect had been drinking, Hifumi and the suspect are dancing. So they stuffed Hiro into the suit and then they're dragging him down.
I got it!
Yeah.
It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility. The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around. And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Put me to sleep.
Such a thing is utterly impossible. Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
Celeste thinks she can prove that there's no way Hifumi was dragging the suspect away. But is that really possible?
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out! Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight! You tried to make me look like the bad guy!
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight.
Oh.
No,
Right.
it's wrong.
We tried on the costume, didn't you?
No. Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that. Because that Robo-Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
Yep. You totally bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Right?
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
Checkmate?
Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate?
Celeste?
Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, here's one little problem.
Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not? He said, and
And I quote, Yasuhiro. In other words, Yasuhiro Hagakure!
Right, but my name isn't really Yasuhiro. It's actually Taro.
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
He did say Yasuhiro. But are we sure he was really pointing the
Oh,
finger at Hiro?
jeez. Is Celeste's name something else?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Kyoko, what do you mean?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
Stood for serious a lot. He gave everyone nicknames. He said people's last names.
That's right. Our last names. He called us all by our last names.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example. So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name. Indecent?
Don't talk.
Yeah.
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation? No, there's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal. But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
Hmm.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to, and that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
There it is.
What did you just say? To think you'd take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit! Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather! Yasuhiro is a loser's name! Do I look like a loser to you? Well, do I? What? I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up! My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
Celeste, don't give up. I have to do something to make her accept it. Ooh. E-handbook, Spotlight's hammer, Yasuhiro's message. I'm betting it's gonna be E-handbook. E-handbook will have all our
He was
information.
trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name,
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
How many times do I have to tell you? My name is... Celestia Ludenberg, god damn it!
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me,
Yes, there is.
No, that's wrong. That's it. The handbook.
what?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before.
This handbook is absolutely vital to a healthy school life, so don't lose it. When you start it up, it'll display your name. Always make sure you have the right one. Now, this is not your everyday notebook. It has so many more uses than that.
So all we have to do is check our handbook, and that'll clear up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
Mm-hmm.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what... Please.
Mm.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because
Because until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and shed light on all your crimes. And that'll bring everything to an end.
That's right. This is gonna be a little tough. Okay. So, this is them discussing, right? How did the killer recruit their accomplice? What is it? No, that's him moving. Didn't she just like talk to him pretty much? And then she talked to him, he talked to her. What time did the killer call their victim? And we... What is this? Killer summoned first? No. What time did the killers call their victim to the rec room? Rec room is going to be the earliest one, right? Okay. Who was it that the killer summoned first? Yeah, Sahiro. Okay, they knocked him out and stuffed him in the Robo Justice. Use a certain item to do it. Okay. Why do they stuff him in a suit? That's what I was wondering. What? Chips? Doesn't hurt. Did they knock him out? I don't think there was anything like that. But let's say that. Okay. What time was Taka supposed to be at the head of, yeah, equipment room? Okay. Then Justice Hammer 4 comes down. It's a... Justice Hammer used to kill Taka. What number was it? Justice Hammer 4. And then Act 4. Library. Hifumi used something to fake the existence of a shadowy criminal. Yeah, right. And then, what was it? Okay. And then we went to the nurse's office. He's feeling a little better. Still blood all over the place. This Justice's Hammer was in the nurse's office when Hifumi was protecting him. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yep. Yes. Unloaded on that, and then she comes back. What weapon was used to murder him? Alright, let's reenact this thing.
Here's exactly what happened.
Let's do it.
Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder.
Mm-hmm.
And that person was... Hifumi. With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes. First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning.
They wiped out so many people all at once.
That someone they met with was Hero. The murderous duo intended to pass Hero off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit.
How do they knock him out? Yeah. It's the chips thing. They knocked him out somehow, right? Oh, they used Justice. Use a second hammer?
Here's exactly what happened. They drugged him, knocked him out.
Wait, what? What did they use? I don't understand. Not this, not this. Not this. Backpack? No. Alright, stab in the dark. No, this is nothing.
Here's exactly what happened. They
I don't understand that one. What did they use to stuff him in the suit? What did they use to stuff him in the suit? That one's tough. Hang on. What do we got here? Okay. Okay. There's the watch. Okay. Let's see if this is right. This might be a little better.
They drugged him. Next, Hifumi, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious,
Right.
into the pool room locker.
Right.
And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room.
The murder thing is a little much.
And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder. The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be that the first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1 and the Robo-Justice pictures they'd taken. They wanted to make sure we bought the second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted just with these two incidents. The killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds.
There it is.
That the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that. But
what?
while we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for. He took a blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3 and turned the room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered.
Right.
He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi. We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape.
Right.
When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office. And once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room. He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared. But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act. Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them. And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the villain behind it all is...
Two people. Celeste. I liked her too.
Celeste! Sorry, you lose.
I lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such words? They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor. I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no, Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Yeah.
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Yeah.
Interesting.
A. Good. Nice. A's all around. How many did I get? 94.
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin.
Oh no. What?
Or, no. I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote. Okay? Okay. If you
I liked
would,
her too.
please locate your lever and cast your vote.
I guess I liked everybody in this.
And when the votes are tallied, who will become the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Oh boy, here it goes. It's basically a formality at this point, but once again, you're totally correct. The Black in this time, the true killer who devised the whole stinking scheme was Celestia Lunenberg, or more precisely, Teiko Yoshihiro.
Honestly,
I lost. Well, that sucks. I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. Hifumi's ineptitude was beyond all my calculations.
I knew
She really did approach Hifumi with this plan. But how did you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would have happily agreed to commit the murder. I'm sure she relied on her specialty, lying. My specialty? Don't make me laugh. I didn't have to lie to get him to agree.
So
Then, did you use, you know, I knew you figured it out, Kayoko. You're absolutely right. To get Hifumi to act as my accomplice, I used her. For everyone who's still left, I'll avoid mentioning it by name, but it was the one thing Hifumi and Taka were both super into. Does she mean... She's talking about alter ego?
Say what?
What? What are you talking about?
just a second.
Don't interrupt. We're in the middle of a very important conversation here. I'm totally out of the loop, as usual. How sad.
In other words,
And you're the ones who stole it.
indeed.
That's right.
I see.
And used it to drag Hifumi into the plan you'd come up with. Right again. Last night, after we had our meeting about how it disappeared, I paid Hifumi a little visit. What are you doing here?
Actually,
I was hoping I could talk to you, alone. It's about what it was stolen. I know who did it.
are you
It was
okay
Taka.
with
He
this?
stole it. What? And I have proof. Would you like to see it? As it turned out, I found a use for a digital camera. I'd taken you-know-what to Taka's room earlier and took pictures of it there. I deleted the picture as soon as I showed it to Hifumi, of course.
Damnation!
So it was him. But how did he get to it? She was supposed to yell if either of us got too close to her. You are correct, which is why Taka forced me to steal it.
Say what?
What?
As for
Please
me,
forgive me. He threatened me.
Oh.
He did?
as for me,
He came to my room last night unannounced. And it's hard for me to even say. He abused me. What? And then he took pictures. He said if I do not do as he asked, he would show them to everyone. I had no choice. It's a
Damnation!
crime, an absolute crime. I knew he'd gone a little crazy, but I never imagined he would go that far. It's amazing how completely he bought it. Can't express how enjoyable that was. I'm about to say something I've never said before in my life. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to... Oh, wow.
Most
Wait, please. If you go
unfortunate.
now, you'll be playing right into his hands. Huh?
actually,
Taka's planning to use her to escape. And he has made you his target.
What?
Escape, you don't mean Taka's going to try to kill you. Oh.
indeed.
And also, he could keep it to himself. That bastard. Bastard.
Honestly,
Do we all allow him to continue with these barbaric acts? Absolutely not. How could I? I have to save her.
actually,
Then, would you like to join with me? Just so happens I've come up with a plan. Huh? Now devise a way to reclaim what he has stolen and escape this struggle. With that, it is complete, huh? Are you talking? Oh, nothing. Hifumi agreed without a second thought. The effect that item had on him was remarkable. How love? You know, love, as twisted as that, can still drive people mad, it would seem. You disgust me. I have another question for you. Is that strange costume Hifumi's creation?
indeed.
Yeah, it was a real pain in the butt, too. All I asked him to do was to make something to hide the face and general body size. I had no idea he'd make something like that, but it's my fault for picking him in the first place.
But
So why did you decide to make me the suspect? Because you're stupid. That's it?
Let's
And in that
see.
regard, I made the right choice. I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. Life must have been tough on your parents, though. I feel like I could cry.
Well,
But when you were explaining your plan to Hifumi, how did you explain the part about him playing dead? She asking this. What was Hifumi supposed to do after that, assuming you had actually let him live?
Are you okay?
That's simple. After he did his part and pretended to be dead, once someone showed up, I told him to say he'd been seriously wounded and he was on the verge of death, but he just barely held on. You really believe that? Well, of course. There wasn't all there was to it. As I explained to Hifumi, the plan was, while you were all questioning him about who had it happened, I was going to murder someone else. At that point, Hifumi would have an alibi so nobody could doubt him. I told him that, and he believed it. It all seems very straightforward, stereotypical. I just matched the lie to the level of the opponent. In fact, Hifumi ate it up. He believed the lie wholeheartedly, right up until the moment of his death.
So in the end...
So you had planned to kill him all along. Of course. There would have to be no point to my plan if the one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself. How could a human life mean so little to you?
Well,
That's a non-issue. I simply did everything in my power to win.
Don't be mean.
Now you sound like Byakuya.
I won.
No, he derives his pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. In that aspect, we are nothing alike.
Why?
Then what made you take things this far? Well, gambler. Is it really just for money? Yup. Are you talking about the $10 million Monokuma afterwards? That is a lot of money, it's true. But that's not all there is to it. From that moment, our new life here began. My only thought has been escape. Yep.
But
Yep. Because it's called a bluff, you see. Obviously, that was a lie.
Hey!
And take it, I hated it from day one. More than anyone else here. I wanted to get out. Every day was a fresh torture. And do you want to know why, huh?
This is
Because
fine.
I had a dream. And accepting a life here wouldn't have meant nothing less than giving up on my dream forever.
Honestly.
And there was no way that I could ever do that. In the underground world of gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphorical killing.
As for me,
And it was all for that dream. And what was this dream of yours?
isn't it
To live in a
wonderful?
European castle. Castle? Yep. Together, handsome men from all over the world to serve as my butler / bodyguards. I was going to make them dress up like vampires and satisfy my every need. And once I obtained that, I would have created a perfectly aesthetic world of decadence.
This is fine.
Living the rest of my life there was my only dream, my only goal. That's what life is all about. Combined with my own winnings, Monokuma's $10 million would have made that dream a reality. I got right to the edge, but
There is
unfortunately
nothing
my
to
dream
be
has been scattered to the wind. Still, I don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream till the very end, so why would I?
Just the
You sound so passionate, but you were able to kill your own friends for it.
Oh,
Are you asking me to feel guilty? That's a pointless endeavor. I think nothing of sacrificing others for my own ends. I feel nothing.
do you
That's all there is to
understand?
me. That's what makes me complete. Isn't it terrifying how different our values are? There's simply no room for understanding.
What is this?
That's what we should be saying, and plus, how could you be so calm? Don't you realize you're about to die? Why aren't you scared? My ability to lie is unrivaled, and I take pride in that. It's not just other people, I can even fool my own emotions. The conscious deceives the unconscious. That's why you're not scared?
Yes.
That's right, I don't fear death. Kill me however you like. You know, I could be reincarnated if I had a choice then.
Isn't it wonderful?
And I think I would like to come back as Mary and 10 Night.
hey,
You just get executed again. And what she did, it looked to me like a poor effort to force it. She claimed she could fool her own feelings, but that statement itself must have been her final lie. And that weak, fake smile is what betrayed her. You all done? Okay, then let's get rolling. The blackened disturbed the peace and must pay the price.
Now then,
Now then,
I prepared a very special punishment.
Ultimate Gambler.
Give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
Ooh, this is gonna be
I
good.
guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this. What? Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way.
Mm,
Which is why... Actually, well then... Take care, everyone.
mm,
Perhaps we'll meet again. In another life.
mm. Hmm. Intense. Witch. Burning of the Versailles Witch. It's probably how she wants to go out anyway. And here we go. Oof. It's less cartoony than the other ones, I think, unless something's about to happen. What? 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 That was weird, man. It's over. Third execution is over. Violet's death is over. Violet's killed my friend, so I can't pity her, but I also can't deny that at one point I considered her a friend too. And for him to just come along and... Then it's just awful. Someone couldn't cut free of their regrets from the outside world, and so more people had to die. You guys are still young. You need to place more value in your lives.
What are you gonna do?
And here I thought you guys were gonna pass the torch of hope to the next generation.
Let me out of here!
What do I care about hope? I'll throw it in the trash if you just let me get out of here.
Too bad.
You're all the embodiment of hope, whether you like it or not. It's my destiny to knock you down one by one. It's sad, yes it is, but the reality just can't be avoided. Don't talk like you're not responsible. How long are you gonna make us keep going through this? What do you want from us? God, I'm so sick of people asking me to do that. Give it a rest already. So anyway, Kyoko, did you get some kind of key type object from Celeste?
Hey!
Huh? So, what's the deal with that?
What?
Huh? What's the matter?
So then-
I'll answer your question if you answer mine.
You.
What did you do? What did you do to me?
Ooh.
What?
Hey,
Answer me. What did you do to my body?
Ooh.
Oh man, oh geez, oh man, oh geez. What do you mean, what did I do? I have no idea. I don't know anything about it. Huh. What was that just now? The mastermind did something to Kyoko's body. What does that mean?
Hello.
Okay, things are getting kind of awkward. I think it's about time I got out of here.
Well?
Meanwhile, you guys can go on enjoying your school life. If you get lonely, give me a shout. Not that I'll do anything about it, of course.
See ya later.
See you later. Oof. Oof, oof, oof. Monokuma disappeared, leaving us all depressed and in despair. Although it wasn't all despair. There was one small hope. Hey, Kyoko, Monokuma already mentioned it, but, what's that key Celeste gave you?
so
Most likely it's the key to one of the dressing room lockers.
Huh?
What? That means Celeste probably hid it there.
Hey,
I suppose sometimes it's easiest to miss what's right beneath your nose. Well then, better go check.
indeed.
Good idea. We left the courtroom and rushed to the dressing room. As we approached the dressing room, Kyoko looked back at us and said, I'm going to go alone from here. Everyone else head to the dining hall and I'll check with you later.
What?
What exactly are you going to do alone? Do you even have to ask? She spoke, she glanced quickly at the surveillance cameras.
Come on.
That's not what I meant. Why you? There's still a risk of a spy, you know. Then I'll go too.
What?
You? Please, let me go. Standing here, arguing is just going to draw more attention to us.
Goodbye.
Do whatever you want. Thank you, Byakuya. Then it's up to you now.
Yo!
I'm going to the dining hall, alright? Makoto and Kyoko are going to go together? Does that mean what I think it means?
Okay.
Good luck, Makoto. Girls like her are total pushovers when you show a little backbone. Try not to forget what Hina said. Everybody heads to the dining hall, leaving me and Kyoko there alone.
Shall we?
Well then. Alright, what you got? Cliffhanger for season
then.
3. Or, episode 3. We need to get to that locker. Kyoko took the key Celestia had given her and unlocked the locker. And as the locker swung open, we saw... Good morning. Hey, it's been a while. It's safe, thank goodness. I never heard Kyoko sound so relieved. It was like she was speaking from the bottom of her heart. I did what Celeste asked. I didn't say a word, I stayed quiet the entire time. Oh, and I think I might be able to open the last set of files now. Maybe as early as tomorrow. I'm doing my best, so please wait just a while longer. So now we can officially say the case is closed. As far as this incident is concerned, sure, but... Can we take a second? Since we have this opportunity, I want you to be honest with me. Kyoko, please tell me. What are you trying to do all on your own here at the school? Is that why you wanted to come here with me?
However,
Regardless, that's not something you need to know right now. I don't need to know? That just makes me even more worried.
what?
Worried? Like what happened during the investigation this time. You disappeared, and we didn't see you again. Without warning, without explanation. It's only natural that they think I'm the mastermind spy, right? And you too. I believe in you. You believe in me? Isn't it obvious? People believe in their friends, right? That's why I want you to tell me. I want you to believe in me too, because we're friends. Understand?
It's true.
And maybe I can believe you, just a little bit more. Then,
That's fine.
fine, I'll tell you. I'll tell you why I've been disappearing and where I've been going. You see... What I heard from Kyoko then was... Well, frankly, it was kind of blew my mind. Right after I told Kyoko I believed in her, she told me a story that was, well, almost unbelievable. I decided I had to confirm what she told me with my own 2 eyes. so I waited for nighttime to come. And when it did, I went into action. What?
Correct.
The boys' bathroom on the second floor doesn't have a surveillance camera or a monitor in it. In the storage closet there, way in the back. She said the way in the back of the boys' bathroom storage closet, but okay, were you right about this? Oh, this is probably an escape. A hole to leave. Way in the back. Come on, come on, come on. Let me click. Why aren't you letting me click? There we go. It's just a normal storage closet, so as I could tell, the secret Kyoka told me about could it really be hidden here? Oh, is this wall? Fake wall? She said it's way in the back of the storage closet, but I mean seriously? Without thinking, I placed my hand on the back of the storage closet, and suddenly, as if I were being yanked in. Oh, I shook. At the same time I heard that sound, I fell through the wall. I had no idea what was going on. Oh, I fallen through the back of the storage closet. Huh? Turned out, it was in the back wall like a revolving door, and I made my way to the other side. Just like Kyoko had said.
Correct.
In the boys' bathroom on the second, there's a storage closet, and way in the back of the closet, there's a secret room. What's in here? Let's take a look. Alright, I see shelves, files. A bunch of files, and what looks like volume after volume of a yearbook. They're all covered in dust. Looking at everything. One file at the edge of the bookshelf caught my eye. Hopes Peak Academy Student Registry. This is the only thing in here not covered in dust. Has someone been looking at it recently? I slipped the file into my hand, and before I had a chance to take a look at it, a slip of paper fell out of the file. I turned my attention to it. What's this? You must not leave. That's kind of weird. I could understand if it said I can't leave, but you must not leave? What is this? My head feels funny. A strange sensation. Like those words, you must not leave. Seen them somewhere before, but I can't quite remember. What do I know? What don't I know? Oh. I did see those words somewhere before, right? Strange sound ran through my head. Felt like I was shaking my bread back and forth. And then, darkness. I don't understand what's happening. I don't know what started it. It's all over, and with that, I opened my eyes. I don't know how long it had been. Yeah, apparently someone hit me and I lost consciousness. That's all I understood. Dull throbbing pain in my head proved that much at least. Oh, wow, everything gone, huh? Empty bookshelf, gone. It's all gone. Yearbooks, student registry, and even the note that had fallen on the floor. This is me, and my brain refused to do any more work. The insistent pain in my head began to spread across the rest of my body for now. I should go back to my room, get some rest. I didn't sit on the stool yet, but I guess that wasn't important. Body was heavy with pain, my mind heavy with thought. I dragged myself back towards my room. Oh, I made it to the back of the first floor of the school. The further I walked, the more I felt things are getting blurry. I can't see in front of me. Couldn't stop myself from collapsing right there. And after that... Huh? So from a vast distance, I heard a sound. It was faint, but undeniable. That sound, it's coming from the gym? As I desperately hauled my shaky frame towards the gym, the sound got stronger and stronger. What's going on? It can't be nothing. Here in the gym? Is someone practicing? Cliffhanger. I didn't make a sound as soon as I opened the door to the gym. Sound coming from inside, meanwhile, only intensified that much more. Yep. Yep. Before me, the rage of battle beyond anything humanly possible. No one-sided, one side's not human. Regardless, I couldn't stop staring. I forgot to move everyone. What do you think?
What do you think you're doing? I asked you a question. This wasn't part of the deal.
Oh, she
I've
was.
made a decision. I will no longer retreat. No,
She was the spy, huh?
I'm going to resist you.
But you do realize what will happen if you go through with this, right? You
Hina,
haven't forgotten, have you?
Hina is
What
gonna
I'm
die.
holding hostage?
Sakura. Next generation legend, stand tall, galactic hero. You're done. Aw. Bummer. See Super Robo Justice present. You want to save? Yeah. Alright guys, we are calling it here. Thank you for joining me. That was awesome. Great episode.